Hi guys, let's talk about the unit circle. All right, now the unit circle is a pretty big topic, so this video is going to be a little bit long. All right, so first thing I would like you to do, please, is draw 4 quadrants with me. All right, after you've drawn 4 quadrants to the best of your ability, let's put a circle on there, please. All right, I'm going to number our quadrants 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so now we're going to go about putting our degree measures on here, something hopefully you're comfortable with. So we start right here at 0 degrees. All right, hopefully you recognize all the way at the top, we'd be at 90 degrees. Halfway around the circle, 180. At the bottom, we're at 270. And all the way around is 360. All right, probably the next easiest measurements to put on there would be our 45. So I'm going to do a little dashed line right here. Halfway. Here is 45 degrees. All right, then another 45 would put you up at 90. Then we're going to draw our next set of 45. That's going to put you at 135 degrees over here. All right, plus another 45 would put you at 180. Here's our next set. That is going to put you at 225. All right, and then our last 45 degree angle is going to put us down here. That is at 315 degrees. All right, so all of our 45s are labeled on here. So going back to our big ones, in our previous video, we said going all the way around the unit circle to 180 puts us at pi. So I'm going to put my radian measure over there. All right, probably easy to think about is if I'm at 180 and I go back to 90, 90 is half of pi. So I'm going to write that as a fraction, pi over 2, because we're at halfway. All right, so then if we think about it, we are at 90 is halfway. 180 is the whole pi. If I go down to 270 degrees, we have now added another half. So I am at 3 pi over 2, or you can think of it as 1.5. And then all the way around, we're back at 2 pi. Now, we need to do the same thing for the 45. So when we're thinking about 45, I like to think of it as slices or sections. So 45, 90, 135, 180. That takes us 4 sections to get all the way over to pi. So if it takes me 4 sections to get over there and I'm at 45 right now, that's only 1 section. So I'm at pi over 4, 1/4. All right, if I go up to 90, that's 2 of the 4 sections, which we already have represented with a half. We've simplified our fraction. If I go to 135, that's 3 sections of the 4. So again, writing that guy as a fraction is 3 pi over 4. And again, coming down to pi, that puts us at 4 out of 4. If I continue around the circle at 225, now I'm at 5 sections out of the 4. Down at the bottom, I'd be at 6 sections of 4, which we already have written and we've simplified to 3 pi over 2. All right, and our last one over here, we're at 7 sections, so 7 pi over 4. And then that would bring us all the way back up to 360 at the end. So now we've got our 45s labeled, we've got our 90s labeled, and they're in degrees and they're in radians. All right, so our next ones that we need to draw on here are our 30 degree angles. So I'm going to put those in red. There's about 30. 30 more would put me at 60. Then I'd be up here at 90, which we already have represented. 30 more. 30 more. So going around, I'm going to take a break right here and label these. So we said this was 30. 30 more would be 60. We've already got 90 represented. 30 more is going to put me at 120. 30 more is going to put me at 150. I'm already at my 180. Draw 30 degrees more past 180 is 210. 30 degrees past that is 240. 30 degrees past that puts us at the 270 that we've already got represented. 30 more plus that is 300 degrees. And 30 more plus that is 330. And last but not least puts you at 360. So now you've got all your 30 degree angles labeled on there. We need to also put those in radians. So if we think about 30 degrees, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 30-degree angles in 180. So think of it as 6 chunks. So if I'm at 30 degrees right now, that is 1 chunk of 6. So that is pi over 6. Okay. Now at 60, I'm at 2 chunks of 6, but we always want to simplify that. So we actually write that as pi over 3. All right, at 90, we're at 3 chunks of 6. We already have that represented with pi over 2, so halfway. All right, so again, that was at 3. If we move over to 120, that's going to be 4 chunks out of 6. But again, we can see that that fraction can simplify. So we're going to write that as 2 pi over 3. Coming down to 150, that's 5 of the 6 sections, so 5 pi over 6. We've got the 180 represented, that's 6 of 6 sections, so just 1, so just pi. And we're going to keep going around the circle, so that's another section, so this will put us at 7 pi over 6. Our next one would put us at 8 pi over 6, but again, we need to simplify that, so 4 pi over 3. All right, our next one would put us at 9 sections of 6, which we already have represented with our simplification of 2 pi over 2. All right, so again, we said that was 9. Here comes 10 pi over 6. But again, we're going to simplify that, so it's going to turn into 5 pi over 3. And last but not least, this is 11 sections of 6. So we're at 11 pi over 6. And that one doesn't simplify. So at this point, you take a deep breath and you look at that craziness and you think, wow, that's the unit circle. So we have again labeled all of those with our degrees. The ones in red are our 30 degrees. We have those also written in radians. And then all of our blue ones are our 45 degrees, again, also written in radians. And then the original ones were written in black. Those were our 90-degree sections, and then we put those in radians. Okay, so always think of it by section to make it a little bit easier. So there's the first part of our unit circle.